Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Patrik Ström. When COVID-19 started, you could not travel to us and we cannot travel to you. So we start webinar to give you information about our products. Today I have Magnus Oesson with me. And we're going to speak about the SD180 divider. The divider is manufactured here in Fristad, Sweden. Now Magnus will start.
Yeah, hello everybody and welcome. As Patrick said, today we're going to talk about the SD180 dough divider. One of the key features with this one is it's a very accurate dough divider. It has a very low noise level. The weight accuracy is typical, up 2%, down 2%. You can have the divider in 3 different versions. You can have it in XS version, is the weight range between 50 to 1000 grams. The standard version is 120 to 1600 grams, and the XL version is 180 grams up to 2300 grams. But for the standard and XL version, you can have an even wider range if you add the mini piston, and then it gives a range in total of 35 grams up to 2300 grams. I will talk about that later on. The principle of the divider is volumetric, so it doesn't weigh the dough, it measures the dough. And you have 2 chambers, that's why it's very accurate. First you have the suction chamber, take down the dough from the hopper, and then it presses it into the measuring chamber, and there you get the right volume and also a very good weight accuracy. The dough divider is also suitable for many types of dough. It's very gentle, it doesn't cut the gluten, it doesn't destroy it, so it gives a very good volume to the products. The machine is in a standard on-off button, and then you have a frequency inverter so you can control the speed. The capacity is from 750 up to 1800 pieces per hour. It's easy to handle, easy to clean. All the covers in stainless steel, and they are detachable. You just take them off, open them up, so you can get access to the machine inside. And all the covers are also secured with Trojan breakers. So the machine stops automatically if you lift one of the covers. Patrick will show that later on. Also now we have more and more turned over to blue for food security and traceability. So the belt, as you can see here, is blue, and all the other plastic parts in the machine are going to be blue in the future. The machine comes with a 90 liters hopper as standard. And one of the features with our machine is that the hopper is glued to the top and it goes all the way down to the knife without any goosenecks. This prevents it from creating air pockets. So it has a very good emptying, and those slide straight down into the suction chamber. The machine has also an oil tank in front. It should always be filled, and there you should use only divider oil, and you can see there's recommended oil in our list in the service manual. Please don't use standard food oil or canola oil like that. As I said in the beginning, the machine is very quiet also. Only 69 decibels. And we have high security. All the panels are protected with Trojans. And on top of that, we have the hopper. You have the ring outside here, so you cannot get down with your hand into the dividing mechanism. If you should try it, we have a second barrier here. it's this air list. So as soon as you push the list, the machine stops. The divider can be equipped with a lot of different options. It comes as standard with painted frame, but you can have the frame in stainless steel. You can have a lower capacity if you want to. We can have a gear down version, so you can have the speed instead of 750 to 1800 pieces per hour, you have it 500 to 1200 pieces per hour. The hopper can be added with non-stick coating if you have a sticky dough. You can have a bigger hopper, a 225 liters hopper. There you can tip more or less a full dough bowl. This one also you can have with non-stick coating. And if you have a real sticky dough, we have the oiling system, so we can oil the big hopper in automatically way. Also, if you have a sticky dough, you can have the belt with oiling on, and we can also have an extra oil on the measuring piston, and that's especially needed if you have a high content of syrup or sugar in the dough, so that can make the dough to stick. So if you have that kind of dough, I recommend to have extra oiling on the measuring piston. You can have it both on the measuring piston and the belt also. You can also have a mechanical flour duster in front of here. And then you can have the mini adapter, as I told you before. And there you have the opportunity to go from 35 to 250 grams. This machine is also equipped with a touchscreen, and on the touchscreen you have a piece counter. You can see how many pieces you have run, and you can also have a preset value. If you, for example, want to make a batch of 250 pieces, you just set the value here in the screen, and then push the start button, and as soon as you have reached 250 pieces, the machine stops. Here we have also the weight range scale. Normally, when you change the weight, you crank this handle here, and you have a clock inside, and you can see 2 digits, and then you can have a certain setting point for different weights. On the model with the touch panel, you can see it directly on the screen. And you don't have any exact grammage here, but it's a reference scale. So when you have used the divider for, let's say, a week, then you know in which setting you should have for the different weights. Let's say 400 grams, you have that setting. 600 grams, you have that setting. So it's easy to adjust and see. And then I will hand over to Patrick, and he will show you some of the technical details.
So now we want to check the right side of the machine. I will take off the cover. On the right side of the machine, we start from the bottom. We have a collecting tray that you have to clean. Then we have the motor. We have one motor that runs the whole machine. Also, we have in the motor is a built-in brake. So when the motor stops, the brake lock, so the machine cannot move manually. Here we have an oil pump. It's driven by a chain with 6 outputs, and you can individually adjust the amount of oil to all 6 positions in the machine, and the oil is coming up through this hose. On the back side of the machine, we have the electrical cabinet that reach from the outside with the electrical components. We also there have a frequency converter that sets the speed of the machine, And as Magnus said, the manual control, we have a potentiometer here to adjust the speed. And when you have the option with touchscreen, you adjust the speed from the screen. I will start the machine. Now we can adjust the speed. Also, when you take off the cover, we have safety switch for all covers that stops the machine. We have the emergency stop, and we have a safety strip on top of the hopper. When I press it, the machine stops directly. Now we're gonna look at the outfeed side of the machine. We start to open here. On the bottom here, we have the oil tank. When it's under half, you should fill it up full again with dividing oil. And the recommendations for different oil you can read in the manual for the machine. You fill in oil from top here. Then we also have a oil filter inside the oil tank. Here we have the outfeed belt. You can adjust the height of the outfeed belt with 2 screws under here, and you just adjust it for the correct height. On top here you have 2 nuts to adjust the tension of the belt. If you need to replace the belt, you can buy it in one piece, or you can buy a split version that is very easily to change. Then we have a collection tray under the belt. We have one collection tray on top of the belt. Now we are up to see the knife, how to take out and clean knife and brass piston. We take out the knife like this. Then we take out the brass piston. Then we have a tool so we can clean the chamber inside. You can also clean it with a sponge and water, depending how hard the dirt is sitting. Here you have another tool to clean the grooves at the sides, like that. And don't forget, if you're washing the knife and the brass piston in the washing machine, then you have to rinse it off in cooled water after, so it will not expand. And after you clean it and dried it with paper, then you also should oil in the knife and brass piston with oil, dividing oil. I will put back the brass piston. Then also, the machine, when it's getting older and it's not measure accurate anymore. The vacuum maybe have gone down a little. Then you can take off the hopper. Under the hopper we have shims like that in 3 different thickness. You can take out maybe 2 of them, and after that you get back the vacuum again. Now Magnus gonna show you the other side of the machine.
That was the measuring chamber and the knife, the cutting knife. And on this side of the machine, we have the measuring chamber and measuring piston. So it's very easy to clean this also and take it out. And we have some tools. All the tools required are inside the machine. Just take up the bar like this. Take this tool. Grip the pins on the piston, take it out, and then do the same as Patrick did in front. You have the scraper, scrapes the chamber, so take out all the excess dough, and then you grease it again with oil. And maybe as you noticed, the machine has the piston in an oval shaped form. And this, we believe, is to get a better suction in the machine because you don't have any angles. You have a nice, round, smooth surface, and that will keep the suction better. And now, while I have this standard piston out, I want to take the advantage to show you the mini piston. As I said, if you want to go in low weights, you can do it on this one also. But as the lower you go, you will only have a thin slice of dough, and that doesn't work so good in the rounder. You want to have a more compact piece and a more like-sided piece. So therefore we have the mini piston, mini adapter, and instead of the standard piston, you have the insert. Push it in the machine, take the locking pins, like this, take the mini piston, and it's as easy like that. And now you have the range from 35 grams up to 250 grams with nice, good sized pieces. So that was all we had. So I want to thank you so much and say to you that you're welcome to contact me or your own area sales manager. And then I will hand over the mic to Patrick again. Thanks for attending. Bye.
Yes, thank you for listening to us. You can send any questions to us at academia@sveba.com, or if you want to see this webinar or previous ones, you can see them on our webpage at Distributor Service, and you need a login there. So stay safe out there, and goodbye.